the first card you have for your past is the Eight of Swords. So, yeah, I'm seeing a problem. This is between you and a very difficult person. This is someone who isn't very mature, actually. Yes, I don't talk about signs when I see them, because quite often I see a lot of different signs. And if I'm going to mention every sign I see, I may as well mention none, because I may as well say every single sign, which is kind of meaningless. But I am seeing a water sign in this. So what I'm seeing is you're pure earth. You are pure earth. And I think you tried to get along with this person. I think you really did try your best. But, you know, and sometimes water and earth can get along. There's no problem. But between you just cannot. You cannot blend with them. You really cannot. It just does not work between you. And yes, the woman on this card, she can't move forward, obviously. She's got a rope tied around her, so that's stopping her, obviously. But it's a loose rope, so she'd be able to quickly undo that if she needed to. She's kind of leaving it on herself. She's not kind of taking the initiative. But, you know, if she moved forward, if she actually did walk forward, she'd be in the mud. Because, you know, sometimes earth and water, that's what it makes, mud. Not all the time, but in your case it does. It's making a great big, squishy, horrible mess of mud. And that's what you're stuck in, and you can't move forward. So whatever this person did or whatever they said to you, I think, you know, they were stopping you from moving forward in some way, obviously. Now, I'm also seeing a work situation around this. So I'm seeing that, you know, you had a lot of work to do, but this situation, the stress around this and this difficult person and the drama might have been clouding your mind so much that maybe you couldn't think properly, you couldn't concentrate on your work properly. And I'm also seeing that this person might have brought other people into this situation. They might have even been telling other people about your problems or the problems between you and them, which probably added another level of irritation for you. It would have me. I can't stand people knowing my business. I mean, it is none of their business, really, but I think this person's been kind of getting other people kind of on their side, if that makes sense. So I think you are close to them in some way, physically close to them. You might have to even live with them, or you might work with them. I think you might be, or you might live near them, or it's some situation where you have to see them a lot. So you couldn't just get away from this person. And yeah, you did feel very stuck. You did feel very stuck, but maybe you were kind of, yeah, I think you were starting to plan things. You were starting to think, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to do this? Because, you know, I think you really, really needed to be able to concentrate. You had some work deadlines and it just wasn't working. I'm seeing you could have been falling behind in those things. And it just wasn't working for you. So, and not just your work, other areas of your life. I think this drama was kind of taking over everything. And you just didn't want to be stuck in this mess. You didn't want to be stuck in this mud. You wanted to move forward. Of course you did. And so I think at this time you're kind of planning, thinking about, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get out of this? That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, your past, is the Star. So, you know, yes, you were planning. You had hope. That's what the Star is about, the Star of hope. So you did have hope that things would improve, and you were thinking about how you were going to do that. You're kind of just by yourself, on your own, going about your little business, but in your head, you're kind of thinking about what you're going to do. Now, I'm seeing you're also a very resilient person. You're a very strong person. And I know that because you're pure earth, and I think you know that as well. But I'm just looking at this ibis in this card, this bird behind this beautiful woman's elbow. And yeah, the ibis are extremely strong, and they can survive in almost any conditions. They can live in cities, they can live in anywhere, jungles, anywhere, and they survive really well. They're actually big, strong birds. If you've ever seen one up close, they're very big and strong, very robust, and they can survive on all sorts of things. So this is you. You're a survivor, you're strong, and you'll resolve this. You have a lot of resilience. You'll be able to resolve this, and you stick with things. If you want to resolve something or you want to do something, you'll do it. You'll really stick with it right to the end. So this person in the Eight of Swords, again, I'm seeing they had a lot of other people on their side. They were gathering people around them to try and get them on side, maybe against you or something like that. I can see that, I can see a lot of people actually. But this wasn't a popularity contest. You're smart and resourceful, and you have that on your side, and that's what they don't have on their side. They're quite an immature person. They're kind of all over the place, and you're not like that. You have a lot of strength. You have a lot of maturity compared to them, and you will find a way to deal with this, definitely, and you'll find a way that causes the least amount of drama as well. You want peace around this. You want a resolution, but you don't want a great big kind of drama. The woman in this card, she's obviously at peace. She's in her beautiful garden by the water. So you want peace. You want things to be as peaceful as possible. But you're also determined and strong. So I'm seeing these two kind of things going on, these things competing in your mind, and that might be what you're trying to sort out as well, because you won't do anything for peace. You won't settle with anything just to bring yourself peace. So you have a lot to kind of sort out. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Six of Cups. So I think this difficult person, they might be a family member, or they might be family involved in this. There's some kind of family, whether it's your family or their family, or they might be related. It's something like that. I'm seeing someone who you've known for a long, long time, and one of you could be older than the other one. That's what I'm seeing, because I'm actually seeing one of you watching the other one grow up, if that makes sense. One of you watched the other one grow up. So I'm not sure who's older, who's younger. They're obviously more immature than you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're older than them. Sometimes younger people are more mature, sometimes older people are more mature. It just depends on the personality. It has nothing to do with age. So I can't quite see that, but one of you watched the other one grow up. So you've known each other for a long time. So that's why I'm seeing it might be family. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is reunions. Meeting someone or seeing someone after a long time. I'm just seeing you remembering things. You were with this person, you were talking about old memories, and I'm just seeing you feeling really content around this person, really, really relaxed. This is the kind of person who, and I think you have this kind of relationship with them. You go for a long time without actually seeing them, and then when you do meet up or talk or whatever, or make contact, it feels as if you've just spoken to them the day before, like you've just picked up where you left off. There's no kind of awkwardness, there's no angst, there's nothing about, why haven't you spoken to me? Why haven't you kept in touch? It's not like that. It's not like you spoke first and I'm going to speak next, and it's nothing like that. You're just totally relaxed around each other. So if this resonates, hold on to this person, really hold on to this person. This is like a gem. And it's very, very rare to have such a special person like this in your life. Not many people do. Very few people have a very special person like this in their lives. So hold on to them. The first card you have for your present is the Two of Pentacles. So I'm still seeing this juggling, these work pressures, these deadlines, all of that thing, and then the drama kind of stopping you from moving forward in your work. So you're kind of juggling the drama on one side, juggling your work on the other side, juggling all the things in your life, trying to kind of keep it all going. And again, I'm seeing this person in the Eight of Swords might still be around you physically. They might be talking to you for some reason. I'm just seeing, I'm seeing physical blocks between you and your work, and this person might be in the way. Mental blocks as well. It's just your mind can't concentrate properly at this time. And you're trying to hold everything together. You have these big deadlines and they're kind of slipping away, and you're thinking, oh, I have to get this thing done. So, if this resonates, it's okay to distance yourself from people for a while if you need to get things done. It's okay. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel that you have to answer this person's call whenever they call you. If you have deadlines, you need to focus on them. If you need to, just tell them politely that you need time to yourself and stick to it. Just say to them something like, I need 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it is, to myself to finish these deadlines. And when I've finished, I'll get back to you. But until then, I really can't talk to you. I'm very sorry. I'm just very, very busy. It's not personal. I just have work to do and I have to get it done. You just have to do that and then stick to it. Now, when you've said that to them, I'm seeing this person will probably try to talk to you, call you, say all these things. They might get other people to come and talk to you, do all those sorts of tricks. Stick to it. Stick to what you have said. Because, if you've told them politely, you've told them that, they know that, there's no need to keep on answering them unless there's a huge emergency. But even then, they have other people around them to help them. I was seeing that in the Eight of Swords, and somewhere else I was seeing they have a lot of people around them. So they can ask them. I'm also seeing that you might be trying to think a bit too much, think a bit too hard about finding a solution to this. This card showing me that I don't often see this in this card, very rarely, but I'm seeing it this time. Try to use your instincts above, your brain, overthinking, over planning. This man's hat in this card is high above his head. It reaches the sky. It's kind of the weirdest, tallest hat you've ever seen. So think above your mind. That's what this is telling you. Think above your mind. Use your instincts above your mind. Your instincts are spiritual. They're in the sky. Your head is, on your shoulders inside you. So spiritual is the instincts up in the sky. So they can be, not all the time, but they can be above rational thought. Sometimes, this has happened to me a lot of times, sometimes you can think rationally, put lists up, say on this hand and on that hand, and let's look at all the figures. Let's look at everything. Let's plan everything 100 times over and over again, and let's put in a spreadsheet and let's use a calculator. But then your instincts might be telling you, your gut's telling you, do this, go this way. And everything on paper might tell you to go the other way. It never works unless you follow your instincts. This is about your instincts are above your mind. Your instincts are spiritual. They're up in the clouds. They're up in the universe. They're telling you what you need to do. So if you want to solve this problem, because I can see that you've been trying for a long time to kind of solve this, use your instincts. I think this is what this is telling you. So your instincts are right. Please use them if this resonates with you. The next card you have for your present is the Knight of Swords. This usually is a really not angry, but it's like a very forceful card. Someone running ahead. But I'm seeing someone I'm seeing a really nice thing in this card. I'm seeing someone who talks to you a lot. They're not the person in the Eight of Swords. This is another person. This is someone who has conversations with you. They have kind of casual conversations. You might have told this person a little bit about some of these problems that you're having around this person in the Eight of Swords or whatever other problems, but you haven't told them in detail. These are just very casual conversations. It's like, oh, how are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, not so good. I'm going through a few problems. I'm a bit annoyed by this situation. It's that kind of thing. It's not very deep. You're not getting very deep into these conversations, but it's kind of on that level with this person. I think this person might actually have a crush on you, and I think this person might actually make excuses to come and talk to you. They might make excuses to stay with you a little bit longer. You might have a conversation with a group and other people will leave. This person kind of hangs around a little bit longer. If they do have a crush on you, you'll probably know who this is, because the Knight of Swords can't hide his feelings very well. He leaves his feelings open. He goes rushing in. He shows what he wants to do. He can't help himself. Now, there's a tiny, sorry, I've got a croaky coughing voice. There's a tiny red heart on this card, and it's right behind the horse's eye. So this is making me think that this is how they look at you. It's like that heart emoji with the hearts over their eyes. That's what I'm seeing when I look at this. It's really funny. So that's how they see you. Someone who's very attractive. They've got hearts in their eyes, all that kind of thing. This person might be trying to help you from these problems. They don't know a lot about them, but they're going to be trying. They might be offering you all kinds of solutions. They'd love to rescue you, actually. They would love to rescue you from these problems. Maybe this person is a little bit clumsy, I can't think of a better word, in their conversation, in the way they speak to you. But, if you're single, don't discount this person. If you're single and you're looking for someone, keep them in mind. This is a very nice person, a very kind person, a very honest person. They have an honest heart. Now, they might be a little bit clumsy and all of that kind of thing. They might be a little bit cringy sometimes when they say things. This is a lovely person, so don't discount them. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, or the last card you have for your present, is the Fool. So yeah, again, I'm seeing this person. They want to rush forward. They want to rescue you. They might not have a lot of experience when it comes to love, because the Fool is inexperienced. He doesn't know. And it's good for him not to know a lot of things, because he doesn't overthink. He just jumps in. And so, this is a very sweet person. This is a very good person, quite an innocent person. They have a kind of innocence about them. I keep on seeing that. And look at this white flower he's holding. This is innocence. And so, this is a good person. This is a really nice person. And also this is showing me, this Fool is also showing me that you need to act on instinct. So it's kind of following on from the Two of Pentacles. You need to act on instinct when it comes to this decision, because I think you might have been going around and around in your head thinking rationally and you haven't come up with a solution. So I think just go on your instincts, because the Fool, he's like that. He goes on his instincts. He doesn't overthink anything. He just listens to what he feels and he just goes for that. And I think that's what you're going to have to do. So yeah, the first card you have for your future is the Seven of Cups. So this is a very confusing, tricky kind of a card. And I think you might be still really wondering about how you're going to come up with a solution, because it involves this person and there's a lot of sensitivity involved as well. There's a lot of mixed problems involved in this. They're quite a complicated person, a difficult person. I keep on seeing that. Now I'm seeing some kind of, I think you've actually met with them and someone else in the past, and you've kind of resolved some things, but it wasn't quite finished yet. So I think you're going to have more meetings with this person. So I'm seeing a meeting between them, you, and I'm seeing another person there as well. And I think this might have been in your last reading as well. And I think, yeah, this is kind of a follow-on talk with them that you're having. So, I think there's something that they were trying to hide for a long time now. I think they've revealed some things already to you, but I think there's one last thing that they haven't quite, or they hadn't quite revealed. They're going to reveal this to you in this talk. That's what I'm seeing. They're going to come forward. They're going to say this. They're going to kind of just talk about whatever this is. Now, once you find out about what this is, it's not going to be fantastic, because then they're going to tell you something and it's not going to be great. But I think, you're not going to be happy with this, but it's going to give you some clarity, because you really had no clarity. The Seven of Cups is all about a big mess kind of going around in your mind, and you're not sure what decision to make. And after they've told you this, you are going to have some clarity at last. I'm just seeing you thinking, oh, that's why they did that, or oh, that's why they said that. So at least you'll know what's been happening, why they've behaved in the way they have. You'll kind of know. Now, whoever this is has definitely made some bad choices, and you know that. If this resonates, you'll know that already. They've made a lot of bad choices in the past. They've made more recently that they've told you about, and this is kind of the final thing that they're going to tell you about. I don't think there's any more to come out after that. But it's going to really clarify a lot for you. You're going to think, oh, that's why this, and oh, that's why they did that, that's why they said that. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your future is the Sun. So yeah, this is the big final breakthrough. You have had some breakthroughs with them before, with them revealing things to you, and you still had this kind of big mess where you had to decide what to do. But now, again, this is the final thing that's going to come out from this person. After this, you're going to know everything. That's what I'm seeing. And yeah, this is a relief. This is like, I finally know this. It's finally all out. It's a relief. I know this. I can now move forward. I don't have any more unanswered questions around their behavior. I know exactly what's been happening. And now I can do this. Now I can decide what to do. Now, I think you are going to help this person in some way. Now, it might not be the kind of help that they want. I think they want you to just come in and rescue them and do everything for them. You're not going to want to do that. This is going to be the right help for them. And yeah, I'm seeing they're difficult. I keep on seeing that they're difficult, and they'll always be difficult. But this help is going to give them a kind of a step up into them being able to help themselves. So from now on, they're going to be able to help themselves. Now, they might fall down a few times. They're not used to this kind of thing. They're not used to helping themselves. That's what I'm seeing. But this is the best thing for them. So I think you are finally coming up with a solution, and that's happy. That's a big relief to you, a huge relief. So the last card you have for your future is the Three of Wands. So yeah, now after all this drama is over, it's not totally over. I think you're going to be watching over this person, and they're going to kind of flounder a bit and go backwards and forwards and struggle a little bit. But I think the bulk of it, the worst of it, the biggest part of it will be over by now, and you're going to be able to focus back on your work now. You're going to have these deadlines. You're going to be able to really just put your head down, move forward with those. You're going to get them done. I'm also seeing that there might be another job, another work or business opportunity or something like that coming in for you. Now, one of these opportunities might be a little bit different. It's something that you might not have even thought of doing before. It might be a bit odd sounding, even a bit obscure or even a bit strange to you. But don't discount this. Don't say, oh, I'm not doing that. That's so weird. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying you should absolutely do it, but at least consider it. Think about it. Find out as much as you can about this. This might be something that you might be able to take on as a side business or as a consultant or something like that. Don't think of it as either or. Don't think of it as I have my job here or I leave that and I come and do this thing. You can do both if you want to. The other thing I'm seeing is that, yeah, I keep on seeing this as something very unusual, something that isn't a mainstream thing. So if you do decide that you want to pursue this, you're going to have to not worry about what other people might think of you, because it'll probably be something that a lot of people might not understand. And they're going to have a lot to say about you and to you. They're going to say, oh, what are you doing that for? Ha ha ha. You know, all of those kind of comments. Now, you're a strong person. You can withstand all of that, but you know, it's up to you to do this. But I just don't think you should, because I think your natural instincts when this comes up are going to be that you discount this and you say no. But just consider it. Consider this. That's what I'm seeing.